Busy?
Busy.
Busy doing what?
Learning a new job.
Ooh, fun.
It's all right.
I'd like to do that one days.
Yeah, you would.
One day, buddy, one day.
One day.
I have high hopes for you, Joseph.
At least someone
We
does.
all. Right?
So, speaking of high hopes, comes naturally. We are.
Joe.
I'm Cody, and today we are joined by.
Taj.
Hey, fellas, what's happening?
Hey.
I
Nothing much.
believe Joseph has a story he'd like to tell us.
Oh, I like stories.
It's just a very short, funny story. Funny to me, at least.
It's a midget story?
No, it's not a midget story.
Ah, shit.
So maybe Taj then. This past week I had to get permanent crown installed. I'll go into the doctor's office or dentist office, and they're fitting the tooth. And if you guys have never had a crown put in, it's basically a whole tooth replacement, but they're not like drilling into your jaw and putting a screw or shunt in there and then like popping it onto the screw. Essentially what they're doing is they're grinding down what's there, and then they're going to cement it on a tooth on top of that. So I was there to get that permanently installed. But first they have to correctly size it. So she pops it in the first time. It's really tight or very wide against my adjoining teeth. She pulls it out, grinds it down, puts it in, still pretty wide. Pulls it out, grinds it down. Do this a couple more times. She finally puts it in, and it's no longer too big for the side of my teeth. I'm like, this feels awesome. That's great. She's like, cool, we'll start working on the height of it. So basically that it's perfectly in between the teeth. Now, when I close my jaw, I'm not like grinding the bottom teeth right into it. And she goes, I can't get this out now. Like all those other times, she was able to put it in, pop it out, put it in, pop it out. But now that it's actually fitted, it's stuck in there. So she goes, hold on, I'm going to go get the dentist, because this is just one of the
Hygienist.
Yeah, the dental assistants or whatever they call the people that do the cleaning and stuff.
Hygienist, yeah.
Dental hygienist. There we go. So the dentist comes over and she takes a look at it. She's like, okay. And she tries getting it out the way that the dental hygienist or the dental assistant was getting it out, trying to get it out, and it wasn't working. So she takes one of the dental picks and she starts just pulling on it. And suddenly you just hear pop, pink, hits the wall right behind it, right in front of me. And you just hear as it just hits the ground and just goes scattering somewhere. And so everybody's just like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? And I'm just laughing because it's just fucking hilarious. The sight of just a tooth shooting out my mouth, hitting the wall and just scattering somewhere on the floor. We finally find it. She goes and disinfects it, gets it cleaned up, brings it back. Now the dentist is going through and getting everything fitted and everything. Probably about another 20 minutes later of just trying to get this thing fitted so that it's no longer hitting my bottom teeth as I close my jaw. In which case, she had to actually grind down some of my bottom tooth to get it to fit. Gets it all cemented into place. She's like, "All right, let's just take a final X-ray to make sure everything's good." And there's a giant hole where the cement didn't come together.
Oh, perfect.
So in another 2 weeks, I will be going in for them to chop that tooth out, retake a casting,
Start the whole process over.
Start the whole process all over again.
Hold on, time out, rewind for a little second.
Uh-huh.
Did you say chop the tooth out?
Yeah, they got to cut the crown out. Yep.
I'm good.
Sounds awesome.
Yep. So in another 2 weeks, they'll be cutting it out, they'll be putting a temporary on, and then sometime after that, I'll be getting another permanent crown installed.
Jesus.
Hopefully permanent.
Because, permanent crown, not so permanent right now.
No.
That's
So
gnarly.
do you have to, drink all your food right now?
No. Actually, they didn't mention anything about that. Fuck, I went to Culver's and had a burger and fries right afterwards, and some ice cream, too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate dentists. I really do. Not because they're awful people or anything like that. I just don't like, someone full-fledged hand in my mouth and all that shit. It's just not a fun experience.
I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm just like, they're always like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm fine. Just keep going. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm a
Please,
psychopath. I
never
like
hand my mouth some
people's
more.
shit in my mouth.
I'm fine with it. I don't care."
You and, oh shit, what's his fucking name? Oh,
Steve
God.
Martin?
Dennis from fucking,
Steve Martin?
From
Thank
It's All
you.
Sunny? No.
You and Steve Martin, best friends.
Okay. That's, I don't know if that's good.
And really,
Yeah.
the person who really loved it was loved the pain. Who was it? It was
Oh,
Bill Murray.
Yeah, Bill Murray.
Yeah, he was trying to get
Professionalism that I respect.
because he loved
You
pain.
love the pain.
Ugh.
There's really no pain. It's all up here.
I don't know
Right.
about that.
Was that Sun Tzu or is that Confucius or
That's Joseph.
You just
got that I have it?
don't imagine that there is pain, therefore there isn't pain.
The body's not imagining pain, right?
Yeah, it is. Otherwise, I probably would have had pain, but there was no pain. There's no pain.
Pain's a physiological response to
You sit
stimuli.
back and you watch whatever is on HLN or whatever it is they have playing at the time. You have-
You chillin'.
yeah, they have like whatever network that is that shows all the home improvement shows. That's what they play at that place all the time.
HGTV
Maybe HGTV, yeah.
or DIY. It's one of those two.
You're a DIY.
But they never change the channel. Every single time that I've been
Their
there.
TV, you don't change their fucking TV.
Yeah.
Pal.
Probably because it has nothing that offends anybody on there.
Probably.
Possible.
I mean, I can't imagine anybody's really getting offended by home improvement stuff, other than the fact like they can't
I
afford
feel
it.
offended that I can't afford the house. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of not being able to afford stuff, did you see they announced the new Ecto 1 for Ghostbusters Afterlife?
No.
I'm going to be completely honest. I have not seen any news besides election news. For the
I've
I mean, it's not a shocker.
avoided this
And
for that reason.
Granted, some of that is because I've been looking up election news.
I have not.
But
I've tried to avoid it.
Other part of it is because the places that I get news from, like Apple News,
All it is
just
is fucking election
full
shit
of-
right now.
It's just nothing but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, I have not seen it. What is it? Let me know. Tell me. Inform me.
So it's a bigger set than the original one that came out a couple years ago. It is more stylized. It is $199.
Not bad.
It is where'd they say it was 2,352 pieces.
It's a lot of
I'm
pieces.
sorry. What was that? You broke up for a second.
It's 2,352 pieces.
That's not bad. It's not one of their biggest sets.
No, but it's pretty dope too because it looks much like the car. I mean, I have the one they released a couple years ago, and it's really awesome. But this one looks like the car from the movie. It has the rounded fenders and it has the big fat tires. It even has a mobile trap on it, which I'm gonna guess is a spoiler from the movie. But it has remember the movie they showed the little seat that came out the side was the gunner seat. It actually has that in it, and it pulls out.
This does look pretty awesome.
The hood lifts up, and it actually has an engine you have to build and put in there. It comes with a pack of Stay Puft Marshmallows.
Oh, nice.
Little Lego one, yeah. It's pretty. It's pretty dope. I may just have to get that one because it's pretty rad. I don't know if whenever that movie's gonna come out, fucking next July or whatever, but this looks pretty cool. Looks pretty rad.
It's one of the creators edition.
Yeah.
It's from It is really dope. Like from a distance, I would swear this was just more like a model,
right? Yeah.
Than a Lego.
Like if you see the side shot of it, you can barely tell there's Lego until you see like the little dots. You're like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
You get closer and you're like, okay, I can see the separation of the bricks and I can see the Lego brick tops. But it's cool that they have the rust pieces on there too.
Yeah, that's pretty rad. And then it has the back opens up and it has the proton packs and everything.
This is really awesome. But this says $200 here, so that's a little bit out of my range.
Yeah, we'll see. I really want it. I just don't know if I want to spend $200 on it.
Yeah.
I certainly don't.
I did see, speaking of Legos, though, Paige and I were at the mall last week, and in the Lego store, they finally have the Tim Burton Batwing.
Oh, yeah?
Up on display. It looks so good.
Yeah.
Because it's designed to be able to hang on your wall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It looks so fucking cool. And it's big. It is like, I mean, it's just like this one. It's one of the creators' ones, so it's like very well detailed and very large. But it's pretty dope.
That takes me back to my childhood. I still have that somewhere in my parents' house.
Yeah,
the old Batwing.
The little grabber thing on the front.
Yeah.
And the missiles you could shoot.
Yep.
Yup. Pretty rad. Pretty rad.
It would be pretty dope to hang up on the wall.
Yeah, it's
again though $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pricey.
One of the reasons I didn't buy it.
One of.
Yeah. Main reason is I don't really have anywhere to put it.
That is very true.
Joe would just be like, well, you can put it in my house.
I mean, you could.
See? Told you.
Maybe find like a moon that lights up and then put it hanging on front of that. That'd be awesome.
Man. Super rad.
That would be actually pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Going up, right? Not coming down.
Yeah.
Of course.
Gotta have it going up.
Actually, I know exactly where I would put that, too.
It's like, maybe
I have a special spot for it.
Hang it up behind my couch and between the two speakers on the wall, as long as the speakers don't knock it off the wall while they're playing. Yeah.
You shouldn't have a problem. It mounts. It looks like I couldn't see the back of it because of the display, but it looks like it's
Cody,
key
I will
mounted.
get you that for Christmas, and then we'll hang it up in my house.
Oh, that's nice of you, buddy.
Right? I know.
Strange. Sounds like you just got it for you for Christmas.
No, it's for Cody.
Oh.
Basically, what he means is I can come and get it whenever I want.
Yeah, exactly.
It just has a place at his house.
And by come and get it, you mean like borrow it, then bring it back?
I mean, he can borrow it, yeah.
You can borrow it.
I do like, if you go to the Legos Creators website, the logo that they have on there for it is the new Batman, like Scott Snyder's Batman, rather than the old anything to do with the movie, which is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I saw that on the box and I was like, huh? But it's just pretty cool in general, but what was I gonna say? Oh, hey Joe, did you watch that Oat Studios thing?
I did not. I was watching The Long Way Up when you texted that.
There's 2 new ones.
There's 2.
Yeah, and they're both Bad President, which makes complete fucking sense. Yeah,
the title I saw that made total sense. I can only imagine what it actually is.
Oh, it's fantastic. So I just turned on YouTube and I went to look and I was like, why does that look like Oat Studios? And I looked down, I was like, it says Oat Studios. Like, what the hell's going on here? And sure enough, it's, Oat Studios, and I was like, so I went to the good old Wikipedia, and I was like, Oat Studios, they have 4 of them planned.
4.
2-parter, which is Bad President.
More than 3.
Is it capture? So I see Pretoria, Bad President, and Lima.
And there's one called I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Gdansk, Gdansk.
Okay, so that is okay. I'm on their main website, and I thought they were like listing them in order of what they've been released, but apparently not.
Yeah, no.
Oh shit! I forgot that they did an Anthem one.
Yeah, it was super rad too.
Yeah, it's playing right now.
Yeah,
God damn, that fucking looked awesome. Too bad the game wasn't that good.
Yeah, right. Maybe when
Anthem, Raka, Firebase, Zygote, Adam, God, Cooking with Bill. Yeah, and whatever that Gangst.
Yeah, because they teased Gangst and Bad President 3 years ago.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah,
because Gangst is the one with the giants.
Yeah, and the Bad President was the one with the golden
that crazy limo. Yeah,
yeah.
And so there's a 2-parter. There's one that takes place in the White House where he's trying to film this message to the country about this oil spill, and then the second one is called Bad President Kenya, I think it is, and it's basically he's overseas trying to negotiate peace treaty, and he's missing. That's all. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Fantastic! It's so fantastic.
Yeah, we'll watch it after we're done here.
Yeah, you don't have to watch them in any order. They don't like link up in any way other than the fact that they feature, their Bad President. But the description on Wikipedia threw me for a loop, and I didn't understand it, but it made me laugh. It says, in an alternate timeline, Arizona State alumni William Billy Coltrane became president of the United States. He was here to party.
Okay.
All right.
So I don't know if that's... I just literally looked at it for a brief second and then watched the videos. But I was like, is this person a real person? Because that seems like a lot of particular hate to be sent towards Arizona State. I know they're known as a party school and all, but
that's like their number one thing. It's not even education. It's party.
Fair enough.
Right. Man, when is he going to start making movies again?
Fuck, when they don't get canceled by the studios?
Does he have anything upcoming? He's in post-production on Unlocked/Horror. Okay.
Unlocked Horror?
It says Unlocked, The Unlocked/Horror.
Yeah, that's one of his...
It's one of his stuff, though?
Yeah, it's one of his, I believe. Because, what's that one called?
I don't know.
Archin was, this other one, I guess another one he has coming up.
It's not listed on his IMDb.
Yeah.
Unless he's, producer or writer or something of it.
On this one, it says he wrote it. I don't know what else is going on about it, but it's the last one I saw. But I know... his RoboCop got shut down, right? RoboCop 2.
Yeah.
Tentatively called RoboCop Returns. That got shut down. His Aliens one got shut down.
Yep.
He just needs not to... just go ahead and do your own thing.
Shut it down, bitches.
Yeah, just do your own stuff, man. It does. At this point, it doesn't matter that no one else wants to take a fucking chance and make anything, even though you're proven that you can make fucking ridiculous movies.
I don't know that it's that people don't want to make things. It's more so that people are afraid of, box office failure right now because there is no such thing.
Well, now, but this was before the pandemic, though.
True.
Yeah. But what I don't understand is how he's able to do such good CG for such low money. Budget, exactly. And that you would think that companies would be jumping at that.
You would think, but... as
We're
we
not
know,
paid to think.
studios
Really
are not the smartest bunch.
just would have given him the Halo stuff and just been like, this is your playground now.
Enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, it's right in his wheelhouse. I mean,
because he did the fucking the shorts for it way back in the day, and those were
that's right, and they were so good.
Halo Landfall, yeah.
But I mean, you gotta. I mean, you look at like Elysium, Halo.
Yeah.
You look at District 9, Halo.
Yeah.
You look at Chappie. Okay, not really, but you know, what I mean, like.
But yeah,
Chappie is Short Circuit.
Yeah, Short Circuit on crack or meth or whatever they doing over there
in another country as well.
But it's just like, I don't know. It's just he's so good, and they're like, meh. I mean, look at like District 9, for example. District 9 had a wild budget of $30 million. They returned $210 million.
Wow.
Yeah. Elysium didn't do nearly as good because people like shat on it.
But it was good. I enjoyed
for
Elysium
some strange reason. It
But
had
still, that wouldn't come down to the visuals.
No, not at all. No, it's because it's hardcore
Impossible.
sci-fi, and people are like, "Well, that scares me."
Mm-hmm.
But it had a budget of $115 million and did $286.1 million, so it more than doubled its budget.
Solid, yeah.
You know, it paid itself back. And then Chappie came out of fucking nowhere. Like, no one expected that shit. On a meager budget of $49 million, it did $102 million. And that was one of those ones where, like, that's going to be a polarizing movie because it's not one of those, like, it doesn't really have a traditional story that it's telling. It's about a fucking robot and, you know, coming to life.
God, it was so good, though.
Short Circuit. Yeah, it was fucking rad.
Yep, one of my favorites of his.
Because it's so wackadoodle.
The perfect cast.
Oh.
The perfect cast.
Yeah. Bring those two fucking lunatics in and you're going to have a good time.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Where is that one? No, stop it.
Do it again.
I don't know how to work computers.
Clearly.
It's a good thing you don't work on them.
I know, right?
Wait.
I mean, technically, he doesn't work on them.
Technically, he does not work on them.
That bot
Technically,
shit.
he only dabbles in them.
All up in them.
Dabbles.
Yeah.
But where was?
Did we all watch the first episode of the Mandalorian?
Absolutely.
You mean Tremors?
Tremors Jr.?
Fine, I'll give you that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That could be Tremors.
Yeah.
Tremors. That could be Tremors upgraded.
I almost vomited in my mouth just now, but yeah, sure.
You're trying to tell me? Wait, so Joe, you're trying to tell me you watched that episode and never once did it cross your mind that it's Tremors?
Nope.
Oh,
actually,
that was one of the first things that came.
Actually, I didn't.
It literally was one of the first things that I thought about. And
I'm
then I thought
highly
about
disappointed in you.
fuck.
Highly
I did
disappointed
not,
in you.
because I was thinking all in canon, and I was thinking at first that was like some sort of extension of what the Sarlacc is, because we never really saw it in its initial appearance, and I never
all you saw is the bones.
books. So I thought initially that that's like Sarlacc's actually just traveling around. That's still not it. You find out that it's something totally different. But
Great dragon.
Tremors, or apparently the story of two handymen trying to did not cross my mind. Now maybe if they had two handymen try to leave, I would.
They did.
Tremors.
They had two handymen. I mean, they're sort of handy and they're men, so.
I mean, I didn't take it that way. Like, so.
But not all Tremors have two handyman. Some has one handyman, and then other times they just have Bert. Because Tremors 2 just had one of them.
Yes, it did.
Listen,
And then Bert joined later on.
Let's focus on the bigger story that is not Tremors. It is
Star
Mandalorian.
Tremors. So I'll tell you this. It's a funny little story before we get into the details. We started watching it. Obviously, I saw Timothy Olyphant's character come in wearing
Yep.
the famous green armor, and I was like, bullshit, that's not him. There's no way that's him. He doesn't have the right body type. He's just,
There was a lot of,
there's not enough full armor, blah, blah, blah. I was like in my head, and then I'm screaming at the TV, and Paige is like losing her mind. She's like, what is wrong with you? And I forgot, like, she doesn't know how fanatic I get about certain things. She's not used to that yet. So she's like, what is wrong? I pause it. I'm like, they can't fucking be him. There's no way they make Timothy Olyphant Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I was fucking losing my mind. I was getting ready to turn it off. I was like, I will boycott this.
Oh.
Then you see that full shot of him. I was like, okay, it's not him. I'm good. It's not him. He has the armor somehow. Then I realized when he said his name, then I was like, oh, I know this story. This isn't even a new story. This is from a book. And I read that book, and I was like, oh, shit. Okay, he got it from Jawas. She got really excited because I didn't know she loves Jawas, which is a weird thing for anybody to love, but, whatever.
So be it.
So then they get to do the quick draw part, and I was like, oh, shit. Timothy Olyphant is not long for this universe or galaxy far, far away because he's about to get blasted by Mando. Then you hear the noise, and I was like, oh, is that a Star Destroyer? Because that's what it kind of sounds like. And they saunter outside, and you see it, and I was like, and I pause it, and I look at Paige, and I'm like, it's a fucking tremor. And she goes, what? I was like, it's a fucking tremor. And I couldn't remember the name of the creature from Star Wars. I'm like, but I was like, it's a giant worm that burrows under the ground.
It's a dragon. It's something dragon.
Crate dragon.
Or something like that.
Crate dragon. And I was like, it's going to pop up and eat something. And she's like a tremor. I was like a fucking tremor. And of course it did. It took out the bantha, and I was like, that's a tremor. And I wanted to text you guys so bad, but I knew Joe hadn't started watching it yet because he had mentioned that he was going to watch the next day. And I was like, I want him to text somebody, especially Mike, because he knows how much I love that movie and he hates him. And I was like,
you didn't text me.
I was going to. I was like, I'm going to wait to have all of us discuss it because I knew this day would come where we were going to talk about it on the podcast. And I was like,
I knew this day would come.
Tremors in space.
Tremors in space. Oh, God damn it.
Anyhow, I digress. Back to what we were talking about. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I loved it. It was awesome.
I thought it was really good too. I had a couple of problems with the episode, but part of that is because I think I waited so long to watch it because obviously most of the world watched it on Friday, Saturday. I didn't watch it until like Sunday, Monday or something like that.
Monday, I think, right? You said?
I think it was Monday or something like that. So a lot of headlines that I was seeing, I wasn't reading spoilers or anything, but a lot of headlines I was seeing were describing it as like the best episode yet.
That I don't know that I could agree with that.
Exactly. So when I watched it, I was like, this is a really good episode, and I do like the idea of it and parts of it, but whether it was the best episode yet, I don't really agree with that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's grasping.
It is really grasping. I did thoroughly enjoy Timothy Olyphant in this episode. I would kind of like to see him in future episodes. Probably not going to happen. I was kind of hoping as well that as the story wore on and you saw that his character was leaning more towards good, that Mando would just turn a blind eye to the fact that he has the armor and just let him have it, let him keep it because he's obviously using it for good. Happen. I understand it. I understand why he did that. I'm just saying that it would have been a nice gesture, a new ally, if you will, going into the future that you could have. You have what's her name from season 1, and then you could have him as well in case things further down the road.
Oh, you're talking about Gina Carano's character?
Yeah, because obviously she's going to pop up.
She's got to. It wouldn't make any sense for her not.
She's in the trailers.
She's such a fucking badass, so she's going to pop up somewhere. The only real complaints I had about this episode, one, the speeder bike scenes. I don't understand. So the scene where Timothy Olyphant is leading the Mandalorian to the cave of the
Wonders in Agrabah.
Underground space dragon.
Crate dragon.
Crate dragon.
Inside of a former Sarlacc pit, but go ahead.
Right. They're able to perfectly talk to each other across loud, speeding bikes without any issues. And for some reason, why is Oliphant not just wearing the Boba Fett helmet? And it would make more sense as well to have him wear that helmet, and that they can communicate back and forth with each other. It's probably a nitpick. It probably is. I saw Cody roll his eyes. Okay, so apparently it's a nitpick. Apparently
no, I get it. No, I understand.
Wind. Apparently there's no wind on Tatooine that could cause you to just sit there and go like, I don't know.
No, see, the thing, Joe, is they got inside of a slipstream.
Oh, no.
So the wind was going around them.
Cut inside of a moving slipstream.
Around them.
Yeah.
So,
that's why they took the path they did.
So galaxy far, far away from physics. Got it.
Yeah.
We understand that because there's a lot of stuff that you have to suspend your disbelief in order to understand, like travel. But apparently...
Like space tremors.
Fucking wind is another thing you don't have to worry about in Star Wars land.
You're gonna
the only other thing that I didn't really care for in the episode was just the dragon itself was cool. How you kill the dragon is literally its belly is the weakest
exposed.
Point.
Yeah,
belly is the weakest point. Cool. That's every other fucking dragon story that you've ever heard.
Yeah,
except for the Lord or the Hobbit.
No. He had a weak point in his armor, which was which is part of his belly because he was missing part of his armor there.
Missing scale.
It's like more of a neck area.
But still, what's his weakest point? The belly.
That's just creatures in general, though.
It's
Joe.
just a trope that was like it just felt played out.
But that's how animals are made, though.
That's how animals are made.
Yeah, like a lizard, for example, on like a turtle. I mean, turtle.
Something that burrows under the ground really wouldn't have much of a belly to begin with.
Snakes do.
So why would it?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not really true.
Burrows under the ground.
I mean, worms are all fucking just gooey.
Yeah, most things that burrow
are all goo, not like scaled on one side and soft underbelly on the other.
No, he was armored underneath because they were having problems when he was up and about, and they're shooting at him. He's like, nah, bro. The weak part
is what they're saying. The Tusken Raiders are saying how you kill these things is that they have you attack the belly.
Yeah, the weak part would be belly. They have to get it out enough.
That's the weak point. I'm just saying. My argument is, it's just a played out trope. That's all I'm saying.
You're a played out trope.
Fair
they
enough.
did try and they try to kill him that way. Their plan was a little bit dumb to me to begin with, because why do you put the explosive so far away from the opening of the cave? It didn't make sense.
Well, because I think they have to get to that segment of the worm, because that's going to be the weakest part versus the front part.
Because the idea, though, is, and they didn't go over the full plan. Maybe their plan was for it to have it rear up, and then they somehow pull it down on top of the explosives. But if their idea was just to have it roll over the explosives, why don't you just put it at the mouth of the cave where it came out most of the way anyway, instead of having it come out more?
I think that's because of their own safety, so they're not right at the mouth of the cave.
That's what I was going to say. They've got to be concerned about it waking up.
Well, no, because if you watch it, it doesn't come out of the cave. It comes out underground.
It comes out of the cave. It comes out of the cave the first time.
Yeah,
and then goes back. They're able to shoot it with the
hooks,
space spears,
space spears. They're on Tatooine.
I can't remember what they're called.
Tatooine spears.
They're giant crossbows, and I can't remember what they're called. So space giant crossbows. In order to try to pull it out even more. So it was above ground when it came out the first time. It went back in and then came back out underground the second time. Yes.
But so I'm saying is
under the mountain.
They're for their own safety.
Everything cleared. It was gone, and then it came out of the mountaintop at that point. I believe it was
where they were at. Yeah,
and then it started spitting acid all over the place. That was
awesome.
Which was angry. Awesome. Which was pretty awesome.
It was very Starship Troopers.
Was not at all. So I think even some of the Tusken Raiders were like, "Oh shit, it can do that."
No. My thing though.
Where I parked my car.
My thing though is that plan is dumb in general. Because you already know it likes to eat banthas, right?
Exactly. Right.
So do what Mando did
real
in general.
plan is, which you set up, you perfectly set up from the first time that you see it, is that it eats banthas.
Yeah.
Granted, you do also see it, just munching on that one dude when they tried to feed it a bantha.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we feed it every once in a while to keep it calm, and just like munches on that one dude.
Well, because he already ate a bantha earlier, remember?
I mean, it legitimately made a left and ate the guy instead.
Yes. I can only imagine that it also went, oh, yeah, bantha right there, too. But,
yeah. There's a bantha right there, but I'm going to eat the guy instead.
Well, no, so I'm saying he ate earlier.
Appetizer, and that's main course.
Yeah, he ate earlier, so he was already kind of full. He only had room for a little bite.
Yeah.
So he had the Tusken Raider instead. Or Bantha Rider, same person we call him.
Overeat.
Exactly, then he's a lethargic and fucking can't hunt people down.
And he's worried about his health.
Exactly.
He could be on some sort of diet.
Clearly, he's lasted a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Big motherfucker.
But to Joe's point, the dumb idea is you already saw that it just fucking swallows the Bantha whole.
Yes.
So why are you trying to do anything else?
So why don't you just fucking...
slap a bunch of explosives to a Bantha, which they did.
Well, when they get there, and the Banthas already have the bombs on them, I'm thinking, just feed that one to it.
Exactly, yes.
But they're like, no, we're going to dig this big pit, which, by the way, should have drew it out anyways because they're hitting the ground. But maybe that's just Tremors logic in my brain. I thought, hey... why don't you just do what you did before, but pack a shit ton of them explosives on one of them poor hairy elephants?
Yep.
And just, bring them out. And this time, maybe not run away from the Bantha, but run in a straight line so the sandworm has no fucking, choice but to eat the Bantha first because it's in the way of the human it wants to eat, right? No, that was the guy's mistake.
You just shout zigzag and you just start...
That's the other thing, too. I was yelling, dude, zigzag, zigzag, and munched. I was like, you didn't even do it right. A, your friends are dicks because they didn't go, however they would say zigzag in fucking Tusken Raider, but running back and forth. I don't know how to do Tusken Raider sounds or hand signs. Plus, he probably wasn't looking for hand signs. He was like, fuck my life. Like, just yell something, whatever.
Next show should be us prepping to do Tusken Raider sounds, and then best one wins.
Oh, or not.
Worst audio ever.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
Fucking awful. Without the shout. I guess you have to shout because that's all they fucking do. They're just angry all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool detail I found out, though, is they actually used deaf performers to help develop the sign language used by the Tusken Raiders.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
It's pretty dope.
I will say some of the stuff that I did like about the episode. First off, the visuals were absolutely amazing.
So good.
They were.
Absolutely amazing. The space dragon... everything going along with it was just some of the best on-screen CG I've seen in a while. But the expansion of just the Tusken Raiders stories is how they communicate, and the fact that Mando can actually talk to them was absolutely fantastic as well.
I thought that was great, just kind of forward thinking, because it comes into play in a lot of different areas, Mando being able to speak to them.
Mm-hmm.
It was overall a great show.
I was like, did you have something else to say? Stop fucking mid-sentence.
Really. That portion of, kind of how, and I don't know, I'm not going to assume that, it was thought up, for this show, that, kind of, forward thinking and all, but certainly a great idea to be able to have, someone other than a Tusken Raider communicate with the Tusken Raiders, and for it to be Mando and not somebody who lived on Tatooine, being the one. There's just a lot of benefit to it that I really appreciated because it makes sense.
It's true.
And Mando gets around, not in the biblical way, but he's certainly...
Oh, I bet that's true, though, too.
It might. I don't know. It might be the way.
That could be the way. But he certainly, has spent a lot of time around the entire galaxy, and picking up those different languages makes logical sense.
Yeah.
To be as successful as he is.
So what do you guys think of the final reveal scene?
Oh, it was so hard.
It took me a minute for it to process.
Nope, I knew right away.
But once it processed, I was actually kind of happy.
I
Lots of
admit that
questions.
I had to look it up. Like, I didn't know who that was at all.
I did. That's
I just
Aquaman's
well,
dad.
I imagine that you did. It's just the face didn't ring a bell with me because he does look quite a bit different
Yeah.
than the last time that we saw him. But especially within context of the story, it makes total sense. So it's really cool to look that up later and be like, "Oh shit, that's Boba
Yeah.
Fett."
It's Aquaman's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was I can't even think of his name.
Tamara Morrison.
No, not his real name. But the name that he had when he was, supplying for the clones.
Django.
Didn't he have I thought he went by a different name as well, but
No, he went by his dad's name, Django.
Yeah.
Because he
Django
played his
Fett.
dad as well.
Yeah, and since
Think
he's a
about clones.
perfect clone of his father, that's why vis-a-vis he actually looks like his dad. 'Cause he's a
Yep.
perfect
Yeah.
clone. So Boba would look like Django.
Yep.
So you just use the same actor that you used as Django.
because he's just grown up.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And because he doesn't have the aging magic that they put in the clone, so he doesn't age quickly and then stop.
Right, because he wasn't a clone.
He was a
And
perfect
he looked pretty
clone.
roughed up, too.
Yeah, he didn't get out of that Sarlacc pit with no fucking scars, and he's been on Tatooine. It looks like he's been on Tatooine for a while.
Well, he's got that scar across the back of his head.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Well, he had
he's
scars on his face.
finished shit.
He like this stuff. He was like not good shape. I was like,
And then
he's
it'd be
seen some
interesting
stuff.
to see it. Since you see him literally there, it's like, oh, well, then how did he lose the armor? Did he trade it away for some reason?
No, I think the
Just
Jawas
alive?
fucking stole it.
Or right, was it stolen?
Right.
Because as we know, them motherfuckers steal anything they want.
I can imagine his backstory is literally going to be that he flew out of the Sarlacc pit, wandered around for days, was basically dead. Jawas came by. Oh, look, things that we can scavenge. This
Dead
thing's
body.
literally dead. We're just going to take the armor and try and sell it off somewhere, not knowing that it's literally Beskar armor. And he wasn't actually dead. He somehow managed to walk his way out of the desert.
Because he's
You
fucking.
think he
Boba
wandered
Fett.
or did he saunter? Don't answer that. Move on.
First it was wander, then it was saunter.
Have you guys ever thought about the Tusken Raiders like weird tool that they have with the little
The club.
curve on the end and what it is, what it does?
Yeah.
And then finally you see it in here, and they're literally cleaning the teeth of the banthas, and you're like, oh, it's a giant fucking
Toothpick.
pig.
I think
giant
it's
toothpick.
multiple things, but it works as that as well.
Also, it looks so now that I look at it, if you've ever seen like those Philips water picks,
Yeah, it has the little
that's
thing.
exactly what it looks like to me now. Like it's
Just-
just a giant water pick.
They didn't have any
For
water, so like we'll just use the pick part.
Yeah, it's just I
Yeah.
saw that and I just started laughing, and I was just like,
Maybe.
I've always wondered what the function of that thing would be. And
Maybe
they're
Phillips Shape paid for that.
yeah, right.
That'd be great.
Tusken Raiders, best teeth in the universe.
in the universe.
Smell bad.
The Banthas have great teeth. I don't know what
Well,
the Tusken Raiders' teeth are going to look
They
like.
might have good teeth if they're sponsored by Sonic Care, by Philips Sonic Care,
It's possible.
and you don't ever see their face all masked up.
It's true.
John Cena over here can't see me
Can't see me.
this way.
Is it or
Not this way. This way.
not so much here or here?
Yeah.
Right here.
Well, I mean, according to the comic books, they're unpleasant looking without their masks on.
Are they?
Yeah.
All right.
Would have ruined that, Cody.
Need a sponsorship with Philips Sonic Care.
No, they need a sponsorship with whoever makes masks.
They already have masks.
No, they need like better ones. They look spooky.
Their masks do look pretty spooky.
Like when they're sitting in
do.
front of that fire, I was like, kill them. That's nightmare fuel. It ain't good. That's all I'm saying.
Maggot.
I did see a theory, and I don't know if it's ever been. If it's this could technically be a spoiler. I don't know how much spoiler it could be, but There's a scene in the trailer where Mando and the child are on a boat, and people think it's gonna be Mon Calamari.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Be interesting to finally see that planet.
Yeah, so we may actually see a certain somebody before his reappearance in the new trilogy. Be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Definitely.
Pretty cool.
Speaking of the child, I do think it was good. It was funny that a lot of the stuff that we've already seen came from this episode. So they really haven't spoiled a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
In
Right.
future episodes. But the scene that they showed in the trailers of the child, just like looking around and be like, shit, and then just closing his
just bails.
little crib and bailing right there at the beginning. Hilarious.
With
dude.
John Leguizamo?
Yeah. Oh my God. Child's just like, oh, shit's about to go down. Beep.
He's like, no, I've seen this before. I'm out.
Seen this before. Y'all dead. Y'all dead.
Didn't make it.
Y'all fucked up now. Click. And then he fucking just manhandles everybody. I love when that guy hits him in the head, and he's like,
Oh, right?
he turns, I was like, oh, that's not a good idea.
Helmet, man.
Yeah, he has a helmet. You aim for it in between. Like,
Yeah,
he's got
right?
gushy parts here and here, like right behind the leg. Nah, y'all aiming for chest and shit. He takes that one shot in the chest and just, like, walks forward towards the guy. I was like, y'all don't see armor?
Right? Y'all see the best armor in the whole
Clearly, they don't care about that sort of thing.
They also, either they don't know what Mandalorians are made of, or they're dumb. Because, A, the dude's got armor on, so I'm definitely not aiming for the armor.
Right?
Because, I mean...
Because that's just dumb no matter what. You aim for the in-between armor.
Anybody who's about to do what he's doing and has armor that looks that good probably can take a shot or two.
Right?
So you should probably aim for something heavy. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, let's bring a building on him. That might slow him down. Not Space Terminator. He gonna kill you.
The scene right after where he strings that dude up and the guy's pleading for his life. Please don't kill me. He's like, I won't kill you.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Shoots out the light. No, he didn't. Not at all.
Yep.
He said, you won't die by my
All
hand.
those little creatures just suddenly come out and it's like,
Fucking
oh,
little red eyeballs everywhere.
yep.
I love the fact, too, is like the little things is when he shoots the light out, you can see it sparking still. So you can see little flashes of him, and then obviously the creature getting closer. You're like, that ain't going to be good. John Leguizamo is not going to be in the sequel.
Oh. Poor John.
Yep. Poor guy. Strung up for desert creature food, whatever those things are.
I have no idea.
I don't know, but they were creepy as shit.
You don't even really get a good look at him either.
And at the
You
beginning,
don't.
you see
Red
like
eyes.
a little bit, and I was like, nah,
No.
nope.
Not a good idea.
Anything
Whatever it
you
is.
can see their eyes glow,
Yeah,
In
and
the
that's
dark?
the only thing you can see
you
Right.
get back on that fucking ship and you leave.
quickly.
That place ain't habitable for nobody. Ain't good at all.
And that's definitely not where he parked his car. It's his ship.
Nah, I see those eyeballs, and I'd be like spinning around on my foot. I'm like, nope, let's go back inside.
Good news, guys. We're leaving.
Yep.
Speaking of ships, the after the episode where they show you a little teaser of the things yet to come, well, the X-Wings, ooh,
Right?
X-Wings chasing him down, so hard on that. I can't wait for that scene.
Because like a little bit, you got to see him in last season when they fucking come to attack that prison barge thing. I was like, oh, that's cool. We get to see X-Wings, and then I saw that, and I was like, oh, we get to see X-Wings.
See X-Wings.
Oh shit! Razor Crest be fighting with some X-Wings. Oh dang!
He doesn't look like he comes out on top.
No, he looked like he was in pretty bad shape. I don't know if he got that's because he was fighting with them or like they. I don't know what happened, but they didn't look good.
I don't know what
one
happened,
thing.
but he ends up on the ground hard, it looks like.
Yeah, not so good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
Well, maybe we'll find out tomorrow.
Maybe. So last question before we wrap it up, because we're
Okay.
pretty close. They haven't mentioned time frame. What do you think? How long? Because it was rumored that there's supposed to be a time jump in to this season.
Doesn't feel like there'd be a time jump at all.
I can't even think of where it would be.
So
You don't see any progress of the child growing up any much more. I mean, granted, we don't know exactly how fast his species ages or anything like that.
not very quickly, because he's 51 when you meet him in the first series.
Yes, right.
And obviously, it's not like even the first season. You're not talking like it doesn't happen a day after. You know what I mean? He didn't put that ship together and fucking,
no,
in one fucking swoop. It was a montage for sure. The only reason I asked because obviously the rumors came out, but then I was rewatching the trailer right before we watched the new episode last week, and when they showed Carl Weathers' character, he was full on grayed out.
Yes.
But in the first season, they took care to make him look that way, like looking like he had dark hair and looked real grayed out. And I was like, I mean, that could be some time. And even the I can't think of her name, the lady who runs the spaceport when he lands. She even said like it's been a long time, and I was like, how long is a long time? Because I want to know how much time we're playing with here. But they didn't tell us. They didn't give a fuck.
It'll be interesting to see if that actually comes into play with anything. I mean, is that literally just a thing so that they can explain space travel? Like it's not so instantaneous? It takes you a couple months to get from here to there type of thing? Which would be okay. I mean, perfectly okay and cool, really, that you're playing towards some sort of physics.
Yeah, I think part of it is it's.
Or are they leading up to something? Are they trying to? Do they have a plan in place to maybe not interact with things that came in Rise of Skywalker?
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. Sorry, Force Awakens. Are they going to lead? Are they going to not necessarily jump into stuff like that, or just mention it type of stuff? Because they did, like here, they mentioned the destruction of the second Death Star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, what are they doing with the time jump if they are time jumping?
Yeah, because even in the first season, like I said, the time spent traveling from planet to planet, you can see it was a while because when what's his face rebuilt IG-11, he wasn't. It wasn't like again, it wasn't like he turned around there. He was like obviously spent some time doing it. So I'm just wondering because like I wonder how much time it spent because he's not just hopping from planet to planet. He's like, oh, I found out this guy over here knows about a Mandalorian. I'm gonna go over here. He's obviously been on the search for a while, so I'm just wondering how long we're playing with.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see as the season goes on.
For sure.
Couple days. 3-4 days.
Yeah, like it's been a week and a quarter.
It's been 2 hours.
2 hours. God damn.
2 hours.
God damn.
Plus, I don't think his ship really has the ability to do faster than light travel a lot. So he's probably hoofing it.
It's just so beat up.
Yeah. Well, it's an older ship and it's not really designed for that because it's a troop carrier, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
But anyhow, that's all I have.
All right.
Tune in next week where we talk more about fucking Mandalorian, probably.
Probably.
Maybe with Mike. Maybe without Mike. Who fucking knows?
We'll find out.
Yeah. It's all up in the air.
We'll find out when you find out. Yeah.
But anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We are
Joe.
I'm Cody, and again, we were joined today by
Taj.
And as usual,
Bitches.
you fuckers just came naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.